Yo, piece was good. Welcome to another song on my CD collection. This is part 135. Got a whole bunch of CDs, that kind of thing. These are mostly FYE purchases, so just want to show you guys some of the stuff that I purchased over the past, I think, like month or two. Alright. So this section, this video is gonna be mostly hip hop, but like two R&B CDs and the rest is hip hop. So, alright. First I want to show you guys is Men at Large, R&B group from they're from Cleveland, Ohio, which consists of two members, a guy named David Tulliver and Jason L. Champion. Had another dude named Gemini, but I believe he passed away. This is an R&B group from Cleveland, Ohio, like I said before. They got put on by the late great Gerard Levert. He founded them, and the rest is history. This album is known for a couple of singles. You got Use Me, You Me, Would You Like to Dance With Me, I'm Good, and I believe that was it. Those are the singles of the album. Overall, a dope album, man. I've always liked the album cover for this. I remember seeing this in stores like years ago, and I just never bothered to pick it up. Like, you know, I was like, is this a hip hop album? Is this an R&B album? You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was like one of those pop rap records, you know, that kind of thing. You know, kind of like a Kid and Play in that sense. You know what I mean? It's like kind of has like a look to it. It's kind of remind me of like, you know, something that, you know, it has like that New York undercover look to it. It looks pretty dope. But these brothers can sing, man. You know what I mean? You know, big dude season. You know what I'm saying? Like, big dudes are winning, man. Big dudes are winning. All right. Standout tracks for me are Use Me, version number 1. I like I'm Good. Salty Dog was pretty dope. State at Night was pretty dope. Ain't It Grand was pretty good. Yeah, those are the songs I really like. You know what I mean? And like I said, the singles are Use Me, You Me, Would You Like to Dance With Me, So Alone, and I'm Good. So this album definitely has like kind of like a New Jack Swing feel to it, but with like the slow tempo R&B, kind of like the likes of like you know, Freddie Jackson, you know, that kind of stuff, like that adult contemporary R&B, like that Anita Baker, like that kind of feel to it. So it's like a mixture of that with like some New Jack, you know what I mean? So I thought that was pretty cool. But it's a good album, man. It's really dope. Like I said, if you like early 90s R&B, then you guys would definitely enjoy this album. So this is Men at Large, self-titled album released in 1992. Dope shit. Alright. Now we're gonna go to New Orleans and go with BG, aka B Jizzle. Life After Cash Money. This was released in 2004. Obviously this is right after he left, well, before he left Cash Money Records. I think it's like right after, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, album is known for 2 singles. The singles are My World, I Want It, excuse me, and what was the other single? What was it? Hold That Thought. Those are the singles of the album. Standout tracks for me are, let me see, G's Where You Been. That was pretty dope. Yeah, the intro was dope too. The intro was dope. Don't Talk to Me. That was pretty cool. What else? Do What You Want to Do. Street Nigga. That shit goes hard. I Wanna Fuck. Don't Want to Be Without You. You know, he's on his films and that shit. What's another joint that was pretty cool? Like That. Hold That. Hold That Thought. Yeah, Hold That Thought. That was pretty cool. This is a pretty decent album, man. It's not like his early stuff, but it's a pretty cool album. It definitely got some joints on this album, man. But if you're a B Jizzle fan like I am, he's my favorite Cash Money member of the group. You know, whether it's Hot Boys or just you know, BG. You know what I'm saying? Just in general, Hot Boys or just him on his solo stuff. Then Juvenile would be like my second favorite. But I've always liked BG. Like he's always been my favorite. He's just like very raw with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is a decent album. I like it. You know what I mean? It's not his best, but it got some joints on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is Live After Cash Money by BG, aka B Jizzle, released in 2004. Next album, we're gonna go to Queens. My side of Queens. We're gonna go to Tony Yayo with Thoughts of a Predicate, Felon. This was released in 2005. This is his debut album. So the story with this album was that you know, during the making of this album, you know, he's going through a lot of legal troubles and that kind of thing. And you know, he was going in and out of jail, and so he made the album the way he could make it. You know what I'm saying? The album has 3 singles. The singles are So Seductive, Curious was a single, and I Know You Don't Love Me featuring G Unit. Those are the singles of the album. Standout tracks for me are Homicide, It Is What It Is featuring Spider Loc. G Shit was pretty cool. I Know You Don't Love Me. There's Susie, and Live by the Gun. Those are the standout tracks for me. My issue with this album was that you know, compared to what we heard on the mixtapes, I kind of wanted him to make an album like it was like the mixtapes, but you didn't get that. You had a lot of filler tracks, you know what I mean? I just feel like the sound felt kind of rushed. I feel like it could have been a lot better, and yeah, it wasn't that good, man. I wasn't a fan of it. I'd rather listen to Beg for Mercy over this album, and I wasn't the biggest fan of Beg for Mercy. Although Beg for Mercy got some joints on there, but it's not my favorite stuff in the group. You know, you could definitely tell that they were kind of going for the more commercial sound of things, and this album just wasn't it, man. I just feel like it was kind of rushed. And Tony Yayo, he has a lot of potential because, like I said, his mixtapes was fire. It was dope. But, you know, again, I just felt like this album was rushed, you know, just him being in jail and that kind of thing. So you couldn't really, you know, really put all his work into this album. So, but, yeah, Tony Yayo with Thoughts of a Predicate, Felon. This is released in 2005. Alright. Next album, we're going to go to Oakland. Or Cali. No, I'm sorry. You're going to go to San Diego with this one. I-Rocc. Yukmouth presents I-Rocc, The Center of Attention. This was released in 2000. This is 2006. Yeah, 2006. Yeah. Yeah. I guess this was an MC that was affiliated with Yukmouth at the time. That kind of thing. This was like a blind buy. I only bought it because of Yukmouth. You guys know Yukmouth of you know, of Looney's fame, that kind of thing. So, I believe the single of this album, let me see, what is the single? I think it's it's Doing Too Much. I believe it's a single. I'm not really sure. Not sure. But it got some decent joints on here. I mean, you got songs like Words on the Street. That was pretty cool. Man's World was pretty dope. What else? Stand Tall was pretty good. I really love this. I really lived this life. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Runaway and Smile For Me. Those are like the standout tracks for me. But yeah, man, this album was okay. Like, I wasn't like over. This was like a blind buy for me. This was alright, you know. It wasn't like, oh my god, like anything groundbreaking. There wasn't anything crazy about that. But yeah, Yukmouth presents I-Rocc. This was released in 2006. Let's drink the water. Alright, next album. I'm gonna go to East New York with this one. We go with my man Maxwell with Black Summer Nights. This was released in 2009. This album came out 8 years after his third album Now, which I was not a big fan of. I was not crazy about that. I don't know, the production for me wasn't all that. But this album was like a little bit more, you know, dedicated to like the earlier stuff, like, you know, Ambria and the Urban Hank Suite, you know, like that kind of thing. So I kind of like paying homage to that in a sense, but like a more mature, it's like a more mature Maxwell, you know what I mean? The singles of this album are Pretty Wings, Bad Habits, Cold, and Fistful of Tears. Those are the singles of the album. Standout tracks for me are Bad Habits, Cold, Pretty Wings was pretty good. Stop the War, can't see because like it's in purple, so I have to like kind of like tilt it to see it right. Stop the War was pretty good. Fistful of Tears was pretty good. Phoenix Rise was pretty good. Yeah, pretty good album, man. Pretty good album. And he actually has another follow-up where instead of the word black being capitalized as it is here, you guys can see that. The next one, the black is lowercase and summer is capitalized. And that came out in 2016. I don't have that. Definitely get my hands on that. If I see it, definitely will pick it up. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Maxwell. I love his music. Like I said, I got most of his albums. I just need to get that, and then I pretty much have all of his albums. But my favorite albums from him are, you know, Urban Hank Suite and Embryo. Those two albums, those are 5 mic classics in my personal opinion. But yeah, the Maxwell Black Summer's Night, released in 2009. Alright, next album, we're going to Shaolin. And go, my man Raekwon is with The Wild. This was released in 2017. I believe this is his 4th album. No, I'm sorry. This is his 7th album, excuse me. Because you got Cuban Links, Mobilarity. What's the album? What's another album? The Lex Diamond Stories. Then you had Cuban Links Part 2. Then you got Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang. And what's the other album? Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang. Oh. The Fila album that came out like 2015. That album was okay. And then we got this. So this is his 7th album. Yeah, this album was a lot different from his early stuff, obviously. This was like more, like, you know, him, like, kind of like, not going commercial, but like, you know, just has like a more mainstream sound to feel to it, if that makes sense, as far as like production wise. So the singles off this album are, let me see, what are the singles? I believe Can't You See was a single, and what was the other single? What was the other single? This Is What It Comes To, M&N, and Purple Brick Road. Those are the singles of the album, right? Standout tracks for me is This Is What It Comes To. Nothing was pretty cool. Marvin featuring CeeLo Green was pretty cool. Can't You See? That was pretty cool. And that's pretty much it, man. This album was okay. It's not his best album, but, you know, it's cool to hear him over some, like, you know, different style production. But we need them gangster beats, man, on him. And you need the street beats, man. You need the Woo RZA, you know, the Woolies, man. We need that RZA back, man, on the ASR 10, man. We need that shit back, man. But, you know, you gotta evolve, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, but at the same time, like, all he talks about is coke. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time, but for the most part. But yeah, yeah, The Wild by Raekwon, released in 2017. An okay album, not the best, but it's alright. Love my water, man. See my youthful appearance. All for this, man. Drinking water, and plus me having oily skin plays a big part. Alright, got a couple more CDs to show, go through. Alright, so we're gonna go to Yayo. Go with D Block with No Security. This was released in 2000. It was like 2007, I think. No, 2009. 2009. This is pretty much like a compilation album. It's pretty much a compilation album, just them, showcasing the affiliates of D Block, like the affiliated artists that was part of the group, like Bully, Large Amount, T Marless, AP, Large Amount, ST.Raw. I fucking love ST.Raw. His voice is so ill. I wish he made more stuff, but that just never happened, unfortunately. Bucky, people like that. So on this album, pretty much showcases a lot of the artists doing their thing. You know what I mean? There are 2 singles of the album: "Get That Paper" and "So Much Trouble." Standout tracks for me are "Thriller." That was pretty cool. That's D Block. "Friend of Block" was pretty good. D Block. That's D Block. Excuse me. "Hello," Brothers Keeper. That was pretty cool. Like That Y'all remix, the Pete Rock joint that they did a while back. That shit goes hard. It's the remix. It has Sheek Louch, Styles P, Jadakiss, AP, ST.Raw, and Snipe Life. They all did the thing on that joint right there. This album is out of print. It's kind of hard to find. I got lucky and I found it. You know what I mean? But it's really not that good. It's a little disappointing just because, I mean, it got some joints, but compared to, again, it goes back to what I said about Tony Yayo. When it comes to like the mixtapes reign supreme. And that's because, they would rap over other people's beats, and like they would do like sample based production, and like, I don't know, it just sounded more raw in my opinion, man. And but yeah, it was alright, you know what I mean? Compared to the mixtapes, it's kind of a letdown in my opinion. And it's just, I mean, it didn't deliver. It's not the best thing they ever put out. They put out better stuff, but it is what it is. But this is D Block, No Security, released in 2009. And speaking of disappointment, oh god, this was like a chore to listen to. And it is Sheek Louch with Donnie G and the Gorilla. Don Gorilla, man. This was released in 2010. Man, this album, oh my god, like, I get it, you want to try something different, but it's just like, dog, it doesn't work for you, man. This is like so commercial. It's like really like lovey-dovey. It's just like, what the fuck, Luke? The only single of this album is what was the single? Party After 2 featuring Jeremiah. It was alright. It was okay. That was the only single of the album. Standout tracks for me, I do like the Rhyme Animals intro. That was pretty cool. Make Some Noise featuring Fab or Fabulous. Ready for War. Clip Up Reloaded. That was pretty cool. That was it. And everything else was just kind of like on some commercial shit. It's just like, that's something I'm used to by Sheek Louch. Like, I would expect that from Jadakiss, but not from Sheek Louch. And I don't know, it didn't really do anything for me, man. Very disappointing. Like, I'm a fan of his first 2 albums, Walk With Me and After Taxes. After Taxes, for me, my opinion, is his best album, in my personal opinion. But that's just me though. But Sheek Louch, Donnie G, Don Gorilla. This was released in 2010. I got 2 more. Alright, got 2 more. We're gonna go to Southside Queens. Lloyd Banks with Hunger for More, Part 2. This is another album that was released in 2010. This album was pretty big when it first came out. Not as big as the first one, but it was big just because of the single. It had a couple singles, but the biggest single of the album was Beamer, Benz, and Bentley. That shit was everywhere. It was in all the clubs. It was on TV, all the radio, everywhere. Everywhere you go, that shit was playing everywhere. The singles of this album was Beamer, Benz, and Bentley, Any Girl, Started Up, Any Girl played had some controversy because you know, at the time Lloyd was with Murder Inc. And because you know Gina and Murder Inc. was beefing with each other, that kind of caused some friction between Lloyd and Irv Gotti and that kind of thing. Started up like I mentioned before. I Don't Deserve You and So Forgetful. Those are the singles of the album. Standout tracks for me. Standout tracks for me are Take 'Em to War. That was pretty cool. Unexplainable. Payback's P's and Q's. Home Sweet Home was pretty cool. Let me see what else. Father Time was pretty cool. And Sooner or Later. Those are the singles of the those are the standout tracks for me. Again, okay album, not his best. You know, compared to like the first couple of albums, you know, Rotten Apple being my favorite, and then not to mention his later albums like Cost of the Inevitable, fire. I love that sound for Lloyd Banks, like that, those really dark, dusty beats. Like, yo, what he got going on is perfect. Like, that's the lane he needs to be on because it's just dope. I fucking love it, man. But yeah, Hunger for More Part 2 by Lloyd Banks, released in 2010. And then the last one for the video is Young Buck, Straight Outta Cashville, released in 2004. I'm so glad I got this album. Not gonna lie, when this album first came out, I slept on it, just based on the fact that, you know, I wasn't really a big fan of Young Buck, but then, like, over the years, you know, when you get older, you know, your ears mature, your taste changes, you know, you have, like, an open mind on certain things. You can go back to this album, this shit is fire. Definitely one of the best songs to come out of the whole G-Unit camp, you know what I mean? The singles of this album are Let Me In and Shorty Wanna Ride. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like the singles at all. Probably one of the reasons why it deterred me from even listening to the album, because I felt like the album was gonna be just like that. Not so much. I was wrong on that part, because this album got some fire, man. You got songs like I'm a Soldier featuring 50. That shit goes hard. Dope way to start the album. Do It Like Me. That shit goes hard. Welcome to the South with Lil Flip and David Banner. That is like D-boy, trap house, triple beam, cutting, moving weight. That's the soundtrack to that shit. I fucking love that shit. That's my favorite song of the album. I fucking love that. Bonafide Hustler for 50 and Tony Yayo. That shit goes hard. I wish Lloyd Banks was on that shit, but both of them did their thing on that joint. Bang Bang was fire. What else? Black Gloves was dope. Thou Shall, that was dope. Stomp featuring Gamin Ludacris, fucking fire. Dope beat by DJ Paul and Juicy J. DJ Paul and Juicy J. 3-6 Mafia fame, obviously. That song was controversial because Ludacris was taking shots to T.I., rightfully so. Thank God. He fucking murdered T.I. with his bitch ass. Yeah, I'm not a fan of T.I., so I don't really care for him. But ironically, the remix features T.I. and they going at each other on the track, so I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, Stomp, fucking dope beat by Young Buck, man. I would love a whole album with him and DJ Paul on the production, because I think they were supposed to do something like that. I'm not sure. I think on Instagram somewhere, I read it somewhere, or like, you know, they announced that. But it would be pretty cool, man, because that would be dope. Taking Hits featuring D-Tay is another joint that was produced by DJ Paul and Juicy J. Very dope album. A lot better than Buck the War that came out in 2007 or 2008 rather. This was like more raw, more gritty. You know, yeah, it had like the singles, but you know, it was mostly like, you know, street shit, and that's what I liked about this album. Young Buck, Straight Outta Cashville, aka Nashville, where he's from, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, Young Buck, Straight Outta Cashville, released in 2004. Man, this is like high school days for me, man. That's my senior year of high school, 2004. Crazy. Alright, and that's it, folks, for this video. Definitely stay tuned for more. I got some shit. I got some shit. As whew, this next batch, it's mostly southern hip hop, but it's like good stuff, at least for me. But depending on you, depending on your taste. But stuff that I've been wanting to get for a while. All right. Without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed that video. This video rather. Definitely stay tuned for more. All right. Peace.